Let's start out with, how do we know each other?
Well, there was this time 32 years ago, fall of 1989, that I came back to Indianapolis, and the two of us were plunked together on the 5:30 news in Indy, and magical memories. We were a little bit younger then. World was a little bit different, but what a time that was.
Yeah, we actually did a lighter news fair before it was popular.
Then at 5:30, Patty Spitler and Ken Owen are doing a different kind of newscast.
It's more informal.
With a lot of information people can use.
So we kind of broke ground on that, and that was a fun show to do.
I remember the first review by Steve Hall just skewered us, because we were light.
People like to see Zsa Zsa Gabor, and her trial on a highway misdemeanor is underway. A lot of people are checking that out.
But she's still smiling in this.
Yes, it looks good.
And we're still smiling. Thank you for joining us tonight after our first 5:30 edition of News 8.
And I really didn't consider myself light, but we were the buffer between the 5 and the 6. We didn't really, as I recall, bump up the staff by much when we added the half an hour of news. So there was, Ray Rice was contributing, Mike Andrevet was contributing. Right. There was some good stuff in there, but we were decidedly different.
And you went then to another level and another school.
I went back to college.
You went back to college?
As a 40-year-old man, yeah.
Okay.
I went back to Depauw, and I had a great student experience. I was on the alumni board. I was involved in a bunch of committees. I really didn't want to work at a college. Colleges are good to go back to and see a football game, have a beer with your buddies, pretend you're 20 again. But the idea of being around a bunch of academics in a rural setting.
What was your title?
I was Executive Director of Media Relations and then Special Advisor to the President. And
you brought in a lot of wonderful talent.
And I still am. I'm still running the lecture series for them. So we had Mikhail Gorbachev, Malala, Bill Clinton, Jane Goodall, Jimmy Kimmel. It's a long list. It's up online, but I'm still. In fact, I have a negotiation scheduled today.
Wow!
It's really been tough, kind of getting the thing back going because none of us know what 2 weeks from now is going to look like in terms of masks and auditoriums and people sitting together. Yeah. But I'm of the belief, and the Ovens who gave the money for the lecture series really believe that there's really no magic in Zoom events. I think when you get on a Zoom call, the one thing you want to do is get off of it. They're a little maddening. Yeah. And so the idea of paying someone to give a speech from a remote location has no magic to it.
So you are busy, and even busier than I thought, and now you've got something else that you're doing. You are the Vice President of the Indiana Broadcast Association Pioneers, correct?
Yes, that's right. I've got a Conestoga wagon in my garage I can show you. We'll go out and wave at the neighbors. It's great fun. Throw candy.
You're a pioneer.
I'm a lot of things.
Well, yes, and
been called worse.
What is your function? What are you supposed to do?
Well, the Indiana Broadcast Pioneers are in the we're not in business. It's a nonprofit, but we're trying to keep the pulse alive and remind people of Indiana's broadcast heritage. There's so much stuff out there, and it's a good fit for me. It's a volunteer position, but I've been saving and archiving. Started with my videos, but then I started branching out just because it was fun to see people's reaction to it.
You have more video, and I follow you on Facebook, and we're friends on Facebook too. But it was amazing, and now this has kind of turned into your calling card, because if anybody wants any video, even if I want any video for a story, I ask you and you get it. Did you save all these tapes?
I saved some, and then I found some. I mean, they just actually a friend of a friend died, and he had 2 big boxes of VHS tapes. Those are in my basement right now. I process when I get a chance to do it, but it's dwindling. VHS is a format that's been dead for a long time. They stopped making machines 5 years ago. You're not seeing the old tapes like you did, discarded 5, 6, 10 years ago, and so I'm trying to collect things as quickly as I can, and if I find a tape that's got some rich stuff on it, like the two of us, number one, it brings back some great memories for us, but it is a time that's kind of lost. Those tapes are almost time capsules. You're like Indiana Jones going through them because you never know what you're going to see next.
It's amazing to see, and it's some things that, in life you forget, and then it reminds you, oh yeah, I remember this person, I remember that, I remember that hairstyle.
Yeah, and there's going to be an exciting announcement, I think, in the coming months. A major, well-known, highly regarded Indiana institution is going to launch an Indiana Broadcast Archive. It's lost history, and I love history, so saving history is a great joy.
We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. I love the fact that you are still so involved and you have a niche that is just perfect for you.
Well,
so.
thank you. It's an accidental niche, but you know, I guess there are worse things to be known for.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a great job, and continued success, and we will see more of you now and then.
Well, and Patty, thank you for your interest in me. I mean, you've always been a great friend.
And we will see you at the Indiana Broadcast Hall of Fame Gala, the big awards.
And it
event.
will be a gala. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Me too.
Thanks,
Thank you.
my dear.